sucks to say that, but
it is. They only got 2 seniors leaving, I think, if I ain't confused. 3?
Kessinger, Barnes, and Williams.
Okay, yeah. All right, so they got 3 people leaving, the rest coming back.
Yep.
It shouldn't be that big of a problem, man. We still got Key. We still got – what I'm interested in seeing is what's going to happen at the one spot now that Barnes is gone. Is Baycoat going to get the playing time?
Yep.
Or are they going to start putting Key there?
They have this new guy coming. I don't know the name off the top.
Freshman?
I think he's
like he's coming from high school?
I think he's from Florida, and he might be a guard. And I don't know if they would start a true freshman point guard, but I wish I knew his name.
Even if they did know, I feel like we have other talent that can play the one on our team. It's just, will they move him there? That's the big question.
Very exciting regular season. One of the best regular seasons since I've been here that Indiana State has had. But you don't win anything in the regular season. You've got to perform in St. Louis. And what did they finish? Like 14-12, I think. No, they had over
15.
I think they had over 18 total wins. I think 12
it might have been
conference wins.
19, and because I don't think they had 20. I would remember that.
No.
So
impressive. Got third. But you got to perform in St. Louis. You have to.
And I know that is hard. I know that it's hard to do that.
But stop getting 20 balled.
When you're playing a team like Missouri State, because they got people like Prim. I don't think people know how big Prim is. Like, really, that is a big guy for real. So
but then Valpo beat him the next day. Yeah. So it's like we smack Valpo to close the season. Valpo starts on Thursday, wins. They played 4 games in 4 days. I thought Missouri State was going to go to the finals after they beat us and play Bradley.
I did too.
I didn't think Valpo had a chance. And then Valpo beat Missouri State. So it's like,
they ended up
what's Indiana State doing?
They ended up in the whole championship.
Yeah.
So. But and it's crazy because Prim didn't even lead in rebounding. De Silva did. He had 9. But LaRavia, the freshman with the back injury, the only one who looked like a basketball player that night, he had
more than double anybody's rebounds on Indiana State.
He had 8 rebounds compared to 3. Everybody had 3 in the starting 5 besides LaRavia.
Yep.
So, But like I said, next year we can see what happens, man. I actually think it was a pretty exciting season as well.
It for sure was.
They started off, it was, like I said, it was streaky, and I think that made it exciting. So,
that's what was the exciting part. Yeah, it was just the streakiness.
All right, man. In this next story, the NBA, man, just a lot of different MLB, NHL, a lot of different leagues. They plan on shutting down media locker room access in the wake of the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Now, you need to fill me in a little bit on this coronavirus stuff because I heard it's something like the flu. If it's something like the flu, then why is everybody making a big deal about it?
Okay, so I don't want to make this a whole political podcast, but the coronavirus is just one of those viruses, one of those diseases that pops up, and for some reason, people are treating this coronavirus like it's a zombie apocalypse.
That's
bro.
That's what they make it seem.
It's. I don't know much about it, so I'm not even gonna act like I do. But all I'm gonna tell you that it's not a big deal like people are making it out to be. It's not this whole mass media panic. Everybody go rush the grocery stores, get your essentials, and go hide.
When media gets their hand on something and they make it a story like coronavirus and it blows up like that, they're going to push it as long as they can.
And that's a problem with social media, too, is like they'll put out these headlines that bang, and then that's what people get in their minds, but it's not true. So back onto this story, the league has told teams, all league, NBA, MLS, NHL, MLB, all the leagues that are going on right now, told teams they need to eliminate all non-essential team personnel out of the locker rooms. So you know how after games you'll see media in the locker rooms interviewing players?
Yeah.
That won't happen anymore. Media will still be able to meet outside the locker room, but they need to stay 6 to 8 feet away from players. That's kind of weird.
How are you going to interview somebody?
Hey, you can't put microphones in people's faces.
But
also, the media thing or the locker room thing, I don't really care about. But the biggest thing right now is teams are also bracing to have games played with no fans in the stands starting in the next few weeks. What do you think about that?
That's ridiculous.
How are they even supposed to play?
I don't think people understand that the fans are a part. That's like not having the players. That's like not having. That's like a team going out and not having their coach with them. That's a part of the atmosphere. That's a part of the game.
When you hit big shots at home and you're expecting like the crowd to erupt and then momentum, like how is that going to be as a player to play with nobody in the stands?
I heard something like this before, and it was LeBron James. Somebody asked him about it. Mm-hmm. They asked him like if
didn't he say like he won't play?
Yeah, he was. I'm not playing. Mm-hmm. That's what I play for. I don't think people understand that. That's why people play. They play for the fans. They're playing for their team. Obviously, they're playing for the love of the game as well. But
the fans are the biggest part.
Yeah, that's usually a part of what makes you love the game is the fans.
And my thing is the NBA playoffs are like a little over a month away. Are they going to have playoff games with no fans? Like how are you going to play a whole 7-game series? Are they really going to do that? Because it's not like the coronavirus is going to go anywhere.
Where's the money going to come from?
Exactly.
That's what I need to know, because ticket sales,
especially playoff ticket sales,
concessions,
parking,
and stuff like that.
Everything.
You guys tax on everything.
You're right.
So I don't understand where the money is going to come from. I know you're not going to make money strictly just from media.
Yep.
From TV or wherever, and everybody isn't broadcasted on TV. So if you aren't broadcasted on TV, then you definitely not going to make any funds.
Yes, and Woj, everybody knows Adrian Wojnarowski. He was asked, what is the likelihood that we will see games with no fans? And this is what he had to say about it.
You talk to team executives, you talk to owners, and more they are bracing for that very possibility. They were told by the league to prepare for the possibility that was going to happen before the end of the regular season. The league office is still a little more cautious with that, saying we're not there yet. We don't have any recommendations to take fans out of the building. But when you talk to teams, they believe that chance is increasing with every day.
Just what he ended right there. The chance is increasing to have this possibility every day. I couldn't imagine, one, as a player playing with no fans, but two, because you hear me talk about I hate having no fans in the stands. Yeah. Imagine turning on a Pacers game wherever they're at,
there,
and the stands are empty.
I don't think people want to watch. I mean, I don't know if that would have that.
Well, they
much
would have
of an
to watch.
Effect. I don't know if it'd have that much of an effect on the people that's watching from home, because they really don't show the fans anyway on television. But
I mean, I would imagine with nobody being able to go in person, they would have to watch on TV if they wanted to watch anyways.
Yeah. I don't understand, man. I don't think that's a good move at all. And like I said, I don't really know much about what's going on with the coronavirus, but it shouldn't. I'm sure it's not just bad.
I just don't understand. This isn't as big of a disease as people
are making it seem.
Not big enough to not have people go watch their favorite teams. Like, people aren't going to get sick there and then instantly die. It's not a zombie thing. It's not something that'll just kill you in an instant. Like, yeah, they probably want to. What it is they're trying to eliminate the spread of it. They want to control it as quick as possible so it doesn't reach a lot of people. I get that, but it's not this deadly, just crazy disease that people think it is. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. It'll suck to turn on an NBA game and to see nobody in the stands. I really hope that doesn't happen. But like you heard Woj says, all the leagues telling teams to get ready for it, and they got to make things happen.
What are you doing?
Get them out. All right, for this episode of Get 'em Out, a little bit of an odd one. 27 horse racing professionals were charged for drugging horses to make them race faster. Now, I have a little bit more info on this.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to read you the article.
I need to know exactly what's behind this. But
so there was a horse trainer. His last name is Service. In the indictment, Service is charged with giving maximum security. That's the horse's name.
Oh, okay. I seen this. I didn't understand it.
That's why I clicked on it. A performance-enhancing drug called SGF 1000, recommending it to another trainer and conspiring with a veterinarian to make it look like a false positive for another substance. So not only did he use the substance, he tried to cover it up with another one. Maximum Security, which is the horse, crossed the finish line first at the Kentucky Derby this year. And then he was later disqualified and has since won 4 of his 5 profile races.
That's a big deal.
Yes.
You can't do that's a big sporting event.
A big betting sporting event.
For you to do something like that, man, you're playing with people's money.
Yep. This horse also won a $10 million race in February. More on the thing. Service is alleged to have given performance-enhancing drugs to, quote, virtually all the race horses under his control. So this man's going away for a long time. We're going to have to just get him out.
Get him out,
Don't
man.
do it to the horses, man.
You got to go for that one.
Right.
All right, man. Let's take a look, man. It's a big week that's here this week.
For what sport?
Men's college basketball, man. It's championship week.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna do a little bit of predictions, man, and we're gonna try to see who we think are gonna win everything. You got the ACC, you got the Big East, the A10, the Big 12, Big 10, Pac-12.
Yep. The powerhouse conferences.
Basically, yeah. So anything can happen. Obviously, it's March.
Oh yeah.
We seen Arch Madness, and
we've already seen it with the Missouri Valley.
But if you take a look at some of these, we're gonna definitely try to give our opinion as far as who is going to win what conference. So we're going to start off with the ACC. You got a lot of different teams you can look at with the ACC, but what teams catch your eyes the most?
Well, I'll have the bracket up here for you, too. The top 4 teams in the conference, Florida State, they won the championship, the regular season championship. Duke, Virginia, the reigning national champions of last year, and then Louisville. So those are the top 4 teams. What would you say? Because I don't think any of these teams will make an upset with these top 4. So who are you predicting to win the ACC out of those 4?
And you listed off a pretty good list, man.
Right.
You got Duke, you got Louisville in there, man. Florida State, you got Virginia. Any of those teams could win. Now, if I had to pick the team that I want to win, man, I would want Louisville to win, but I would probably have to give it to Virginia, man. I think they're going to get it again.
Yep. If I had to pick the ACC champion, I'm going Duke. I think Duke will click at the right time. I'm either going Duke or Louisville. I don't think Florida State, even though in the top 25,
I'm either
Florida
going Virginia or Louisville. But
okay. I'm going to go Duke or Louisville for ACC.
All right, well, let's take a look at the Big East, man. You got a lot of different teams in here as well.
Yeah.
Villanova, Seton Hall, Butler,
And the Big
Creighton.
East plays their championship game in Madison Square Garden, so that's big time. Right.
Beautiful. But what you looking at, man, for that one?
I don't know a lot about the Big East. All I know, that's where Butler is. They've kind of slid down a little bit, as we've talked about before on this show. I'm going to either go Creighton, because I like them a lot, or I think Butler. I'm going to pick Butler to be an upset.
I probably would have to go with Villanova. I don't know. I like their style of play a little better than the rest, so I probably give it to them. I would like Butler to do it just because
I had to put them on.
Just because they're in Indiana, but I don't think so, man.
All right, the next is the Atlantic 10. I couldn't name you another.
Dayton.
It has to be Dayton. Dayton's going to.
We don't need to think of that anymore.
Nope.
Next one, the Big 12, man.
Really, 2 teams stand out on this one.
Kansas and Texas Tech.
Yep. You remember Texas Tech? They lost to Virginia in the national championship last year. But I'm still going to give it to Kansas. I think Kansas is
that's what I was going to do as well.
Front runner for a national champion.
The next one is fun, though.
Big 10, bro.
I love the Big 10, man. Football, basketball, wrestling. They just got fun sports in general and everything. And you got a lot you can look at with this team. Michigan State, Maryland, Wisconsin, Indiana, Illinois, Penn State, Ohio State. But I'm going forever. Maryland.
Right, dude. There can be. I was reading an article. The Big Ten will have the most amount of teams in the bracket in March Madness this year. And I have the bracket up here for you again. Same thing as when we did the ACC. Really, the top 4 teams I can see making a run. Wisconsin won the Big Ten this year. Michigan State, Maryland, and Illinois are those top 4. Indiana actually plays on what days? Was this Thursday? Maybe
know.
Wednesday. I think they might start March 11th. Yeah, Wednesday, the day before my birthday. But yeah, IU versus Nebraska. Big Ten champion though. I'm gonna give it to.
I want to know who you're gonna give it to.
I don't know
who I think, but let's see what you say.
I'm gonna go Maryland. I've watched a few Maryland games this year, and I like Maryland out of the Big Ten.
I'm going to go Michigan State.
Okay, you're going to go a little Cassius Winston fan?
Yes, sir. So we'll see what happens with that last conference, man. Pac-12.
Yep.
Pac-12 is kind of like the Big Ten with me. I like their basketball. I like their football. It's just a little bit harder to watch them because they're out west and they're like late. 3 hours. Yep. Yeah, so it's a 3-hour difference. So I don't get to see as much of them as I get to see like the Big Ten and stuff. But they have interesting sports as well.
Right.
You got teams like USC, Oregon, UCLA.
And I think UCLA actually won the Pac-12 regular season title. But if you look at the AP Top 25, Oregon is ranked 13th, so they have that edge over UCLA, I think. But if I had to pick a champion out of the Pac-12, I'd want to see Oregon take it.
I was going to say that as well. So.
Oregon